Playing the Radical Latino Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands in the air for New York's very own.
Radical
Latino is taking you to another level.
Beats by Nebs.
Yo! What up, my people? Welcome back to another episode of the Radical Latino Show. It's your host, the Radical Latino. What is poppin'? How's everybody's week going? How's everybody's day going? You know what I mean? I hope everybody's having a great, wonderful, productive, empowered day and week. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody is doing great. Again, this is episode number 97. Woo, yo! Getting close to that 100. Know what I'm saying? Getting close to that 100. So, I want to, first of all, give a huge shout out to everybody copping the merch. Shout out to everybody copping the merch. Shout out to everybody buying it. So far, the most popular items of that line is the Latin Unity ones and the Black and Latin Unity ones. So far, only 2 people got the emoji shirts. Nobody got the Radical Latino shirt. No, like, come on, y'all don't like your boy? Come on. And everybody and their moms got the Latin Unity or the Black and Latin Unity shirts. You know what I'm saying? That shit is selling out like crazy right now. Last time, actually, from this recording, I got 30 orders from last week, or from the time that I launched it till now. I got 30 orders. So shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I also put out a brand new design. I'm gonna do this every other week if I feel like it. If y'all really, you know, digging it, I put out a new design that says, "Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud." You know, so I put out that new design for men tees and women tees. So I put that out. You know what I'm saying? So go cop that. If y'all really dig it, go cop that. And also, I updated the website, radicallatino.com. So if, you know, you want to go to my website, you know, the merch, there's a merch button right there. Any shirt that you click on is going to take you straight where you could buy it, straight to the link right there. And it'll tell, you know, it'll tell you right there, you know, it's on Teesprings. Or you could just go to, you know, go to the description down below. The merch link down below, go there, cop it. Or, you know, if this is the you know, listen to the podcast app, go to the details or whatever. I'm telling you, everybody is getting it. Listen, for everybody that's getting the shirts, do me a favor. When you guys get it, put videos or pictures or whatever when you got it, and, you know, screenshot them or whatever the case is. Send me a photo when you got them and all that, so I could just put it on my Instagram and be like, yo, you know, people are really copping the tees and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I really want you guys to really, you know what I'm saying, shout everybody out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, make sure y'all do that when y'all receive your shirts or whatever the case is. So I got new stuff. You know what I mean? New shirts and new designs are coming out. I'll put them out like every other 2 weeks or whatever. But give me what your designs, what you guys want on a shirt, you know, and I'll make sure I'll make it or whatever the case is. I'll make sure I'll put it up there and you guys could definitely cop that. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what it is. Now, other things I gotta discuss. I put out another video exposing a white supremacist, a Latin white supremacist, right? And the most common criticism and question I get is, yo, Rad, why don't you go after white supremacists? Why you always gotta go after your own people? Or aren't you supposed to be on code? You know what I'm saying? And part of when I made that episode on code, that's something that I actually live by. Talk to anybody that is close to me. That's something that I live by. That's something that I do on a daily. So when it comes to stuff like that, part of being on code is checking your own people. And that's what I'm doing. I'm checking my own people. That's what being on code is. If you don't check your own people and put them back in order, put them back in line, then you ain't really doing it right. You feel what I'm saying? So I made a video about, you know, this he's Mexican, but he considers himself white. You know, this kid named Rich Puma, you know what I mean? Numa, whatever the case is, Puma, Numa, whatever. He irrelevant. I made another video basically because I want to get it into the psyche that he is a white supremacist. He is an individual out here very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So we shouldn't let individuals like this, you know, go out and start spewing more white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be very dangerous for the overall message that certain people like myself are trying to make. You know, empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Black and Latin empowerment. That's what I'm trying to do. And people like him are gonna sabotage it and fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta check my people. Even though I don't consider him my people because he's white, but overall I gotta check him. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, I did check a white supremacist. You know, for all those one, oh, how come you don't? No, I did check a white supremacist because he's white. He considers himself white. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't even consider himself indigenous or anything. He considers himself white. I mean, now, also, another thing, it's really funny. I want to just put a disclaimer out there. If anybody want to come at me, do a video, commentary, whatever the case is, go ahead, do it. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I could care less. But just know when shit comes your way, make sure you know how to handle it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If anybody, doesn't matter what it is, wants a debate, and you're a nobody, you got no YouTube channel, you're not popping like that, nobody really follow you, you're a nobody, then I'm gonna give you a price. I'm not gonna waste my time for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get paid to waste my time and whip some ass. So if somebody wants to debate me and you're a nobody, you got no content, you got no podcast or no YouTube channel, you're not an influencer, whatever the case is, if you're nothing like that, then the price is $200. You want to debate me? Pay my fucking fee. If not, then go become somebody and then come holler at me and then you'll get it for free. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've gotten 2 requests this week. Yo, let's debate. And all this other dumb shit. And I'm like, all right, fam, you basically a nobody. The price is $200. I could have said $500. But nah, the price is $200. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me your little struggle Wendy's job, you can't save up enough weed money to pay for this debate? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be smoking me, right? You're supposed to be smoking me, right? So $200 to smoke somebody is loose change. It should be loose change. You know what I'm saying? But I understand that little Foot Locker job ain't really hitting like that. I get it. But that's what it is. If you're a nobody, you know what I'm saying, you really got no content out there. I'm not saying that I'm fucking popping. I'm not saying none of that shit. But at least I got a track record for 2 years doing this shit constantly. So y'all already know my stilo. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is. But if you're a nobody, don't come asking for a debate. Cause if you do, the price is $200. Here's my Cash App. Pay up. If not, then shut the fuck up and go back crying. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody else that I debated were at least, you know, trying to get shine off my name like Rican. Like I said, when I debated, first of all, I watched Rican. When I debated Rican Dalfia, I already knew from the jump he was just doing this and using my name for a promotional stunt. That's all it was. And he admitted that in that debate. So I already knew what it was. You know, I wasn't so dumb to the whole thing. You know what I mean? I wasn't dumb. The thing is, people started finding out about him because he was talking about me. You know what I'm saying? Jumped his little bullshit YouTube career, which is nothing now because my man deleted everything. You know, and we went and debated. You know, I didn't have to charge him or anything. You know what I'm saying? That was a regular Wednesday for me. I just showed y'all how to basically dust these little nobodies, even with a little name or no name or whatever the case is, or trying with the little struggle name. I showed y'all how to dust somebody like that easily. You know what I'm saying? That shit is easy. That shit is easy. So if you're somebody that really want to, I'll come at you, you know, let's debate. I all this other dumb shit. Tell me what the fuck you want to debate about, and pay me my fee. That's it. After that, the door's right there. You get to stepping. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, with that being said, let's read some of the comments for last week's episode 96, explaining Latin people's privilege. I know this was kind of controversial. So every podcast that I do, like the one that you're listening to, not on the podcast but on YouTube right now, is playing on Premiere. This is not live. This is Premiere. None of my podcast is live until I actually make it live. Like, come on, guys. Like, catch up. When I was seeing the live chat, yo, there was mad people. Mad people say, nah, Latin people don't got privilege. What the fuck you talking about? Latin people don't got privilege. Yes, the fuck we do. You don't understand white supremacy. You haven't studied white supremacy. We gotta understand something. We do have privilege. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. We Latin people have privilege, regardless how melanated our skin is. We have privilege. That's a bitter pill to swallow. But just like how some white people have to admit that they got privilege, Latin people, we got privilege. Now, I'm not saying 100%. I'm not saying that. But in the racial hierarchy of things, we got some percentage, very low percentage, but we still got some percentage of privilege. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. So some of the comments. Gwendolyn Bell Rosa says, "What's up, Radical? What up to you?" Derek says, "A lot of jobs have been tripping about employees wearing anything BLM, Black Lives Matter. One guy recorded himself and his manager arguing about her firing him." Yeah, see, the thing is, what we gotta understand, guys, that sometimes in any job, we have to be strategic when we want to be political. I've always told people, do not be political, religious, or have race-based topics in your job, because everybody has an opinion, and obviously you're gonna differ from those type of people. And if that's your main income, shut up. If that's a job that you only have on the side because it's a starting point to slingshot you into economic, betterment in the future, be political all you want. Wear a goddamn, dashiki when you go up in there. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, regular people who this is their bread and butter, sorry, I gotta say it, but it's true. Sometimes chucking and jiving, you just gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do it. You know why? Unfortunately, us Black and Latin people, we don't have a mechanism to basically springboard us back from poverty. We don't have that. Asians have that. I've never in my life seen a homeless Asian person. I've never in my life saw a homeless Jewish person. Why? Because they have an economical springboard to bounce them back up from hard times. And everybody else in the community will actually help them out. We don't have that. We do not have that. So, when it comes to jobs, service jobs, and that's your bread and butter, that's the only thing you have, and you just wish one day you'll get out, but you're not really doing nothing to get out, shut up and don't be political. Because regardless of whatever side you're on, right or wrong, they're still gonna, the powers that be are still gonna have an issue with that. You know, everybody has an opinion. That's what I keep on telling people. So yeah, you know, you were at your job, you're wearing a BLM mask, BLM shirt, anything, people are gonna have an issue with that. You know, you're walking around with fucking goddamn swastikas on your person, people are gonna have an issue with that. You walk around with a MAGA hat, people are gonna have issues with that. You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that I gotta, you know, we have to understand as people. Yes, you know, this is the reason why I made an episode like this. You know, not only this is the reason. I'll let you guys know the reason, but still, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. All right. Pamela Morris Wayne says, I think people know what you mean when you say we have privilege. We have been used against African Americans, and some of us have brought into what white supremacists have fed us, that we're better than them because we don't complain and just work without question. African Americans are not complaining for years. They have been telling us that what's been going on: shadow slavery, Jim Crow, bogus marijuana laws, over police and police brutality, discrimination. At least they take a stance and fight for what they want. We as Latinos need to stop, but she said need to stop being complacent with some of these crumbs that white supremacists give out, which is 100% true. 100%. Shout out to Pamela. 100% true. She's on point with that. We have to understand, we do have, you know, the some amounts of privilege, you know, some. I'm not saying whole, some out of 100%. Us Latin people got, I'ma just put out a number there. Don't quote me on this. Like 10 to maybe 12% of privilege. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough, but it gets us by, right? But yeah, something we gotta understand: Latin people are used as pawns to undermine the black community economically. That's something we gotta understand. We're there to undermine them economically. How? Because regardless if you're an immigrant or not, you're more likely to get hired, because white folks, they still see you as the N-word, but they see you as a good N-word. You know what I'm saying? So that's something we gotta understand. That's something definitely we gotta understand. Frank and Upfront. Oh, shout out to him, yo. Shout out to Frank and Upfront. I think he has a YouTube channel. Shout out to Frank and Upfront. He has a YouTube channel. He talked about Kim a few times, and he made some great content. He also has a podcast. Shout out to him. And he said, I think you're right when you said Antonio's videos going viral was a ripple effect on Kim and all the rest. Looks like we need more of those videos going viral if it means that others who are still in hiding will be doxxed as well. 100% correct. I don't agree with doxing regular people. I don't agree with doxing regular people, but when it comes to white supremacists, people who uphold white supremacy, and people who believe in the system of white supremacy, then dox the shit out of them. I believe that 100%. Yes, go right ahead. I do not mind that. Go right ahead. I do not mind that. You know why? Because those are the type of people that know what they're doing is wrong. And when you hit them economically, they either have two things. They're forced. Oh shit, they're forced. They're forced to actually see the errors in their ways and actually start doing some real deep dialogue within themselves. Or two, they just go right back to the same shit and go back into victim mode. There's nothing, in between that. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. Two things is going, but yeah, I agree with Frank and up front. Go subscribe to him. He actually has some good content. He has a podcast style and all that. Shout out to him. You know, Oscar P, which I like. I'm going to his comment last. Oscar P says, "Latin privilege, my ass." Ooh, oh, he's a little spicy. All I have earned. First of all, there's no comma. He said, all I have earned. Okay, all I have, space, comma, I have earned, comma, right? But all right, all I have earned. I'm not a fucking victim like the SJW says. Now, Mr. Oscar P, you've I said in the bottom, I replied to him, I'm like, spoken like a true person with privilege, right? That's bullshit. The fact that it's funny. The people who are in denial of their own privilege say, I've earned everything on my own. That's just another way of cognitive dissonance to reject something that I'm pointing out that you didn't earn by doing what you need to do. You got because of the system of white supremacy. And people like this don't like it because I'm putting the mirror right in their face and I'm like, you really didn't earn it. You know what I'm saying? Like you think you did. His little house is crumbling. You know what I'm saying? So this is very apparent. That's the reason why I said spoken like a person with, like a true person with privilege. That's the reason why I said that. Is because that cognitive dissonance, talking about I got everything that I earned and all this other stuff, shows that you want to reject it so bad that my man has to really, lie to himself and say, nope, not at all. That's not true. I didn't get no privilege. It's because of this and this and this and this. You know what I'm saying? I did it all on my own because I went to Yale or some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So we always gotta kind of watch out for that. We kind of gotta, watch out for that. You know what I mean? But anyway, going into my first topic. OG YouTubers like Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. Ooh, controversy. Oh shit. Right? So it's funny. This whole week I've been seeing some YouTubers that I don't follow or I do follow in my personal YouTube channel. I got a personal YouTube channel. It has my real name on it. I'm not gonna fucking put it out there, but I got my personal YouTube channel. I got two. My personal shit and my radical Latino shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop the bullshit. Anyway, on my personal stuff, right? I'm subscribed to certain people and some of them were coming out like clockwork talking about apology video. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Apology video. Shane Dawson is one of them. I never even followed the guy. For some reason, he was on my recommended. Don't know why. So, decided to click it. And then throughout the whole thing, I'm like, apology video. My man said apology video for blackface. I said, I already knew that. Apology video for suggesting pedophilia. I never knew that. Apology video for using the N-word. I've never knew none of that. But my man went through this whole apology video on what he's apologizing for and all this other stuff. That's him back then and all this other bullshit. Okay, bro. All right. Then people start to basically call foul on him, but I'll get to that later. Why this whole thing blew up is because Jeffree Star, some Nightmare Before Grinch, not even the skeleton from the Nightmare Before Christmas. That's what Jeffree Star looks like. Nightmare Before Christmas dude. That dude, somebody came out saying that I think one of his black I think was a friends or something like that came out and basically exposed Jeffree, saying listen how he treats us and all this other bullshit. And it went back into connection with Shane Dawson as well. Because of that, both of them were getting backlash. First of all, I never knew who Jeffree Star was until some of those videos started to surface, and this is a while back. And I automatically been canceled him, right? And then I saw Shane Dawson make a whole video on trying to re-clean the image of Jeffree Star, and I said, hey yo, my man, really? You gonna try to alright, you're gonna re-clean that? Alright, cool. You know, and it seems like both of them have a little suspected white supremacist past. You know what I'm saying? Shane wearing blackface and having a character with a negative black, a depiction of what he thinks black people are, which was a woman. And people really clowned him and dragged him because they said, if you really apologize for everything that you're saying and everything that you're doing, and that's really the case, then you shouldn't be selling that same shirt based on that minstrel character that you created, if that was the real case. On top of that, there's multiple images of him wearing blackface, and he didn't see nothing wrong with it until he got properly educated. Listen, wait, before I even get into that, and then Jada Pinkett Smith and her son both say, yo, we're done with Shane Dawson and all that. Listen, people, can we talk for 1 second, guys? Let's put up a chair. Let's talk for 1 second. I'm tired of white people using that same excuse that I didn't know it was offensive. Oh my god! But yet, look at why they're doing it. Okay, if you look at Shane Dawson's old videos when he was wearing blackface, he is making a caricature. He is, acting goofy and all this other bullshit. Not because he's acting, because he knows what the fuck he's doing. White people in this country know black people's history way more than black people know their own history. Let's keep it real. I've said this before. In one of my episodes, are white people clueless of white supremacy? They're not. They know exactly their stance. They know exactly where they are in the hierarchy of things. And they know how far and how little they could go. If you don't think so, then get your closest white friend, put a cop in front of him, and let's see what happens. Let's see what my man says. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's seen that video of that black kid getting choked out, was it in Queens somewhere or whatever, by a cop, he had 2 white friends with him talking big shit. The black kid wasn't saying nothing. The white kids was like, fuck you, bro. Suck my dick, dude. Fuck you, dude. You know, all this other bullshit here and there. Fuck this, suck that. You're a pig, man. You know what I mean? All of this bullshit. The black kid doesn't say nothing, and he's the only one getting choked out, and they're okay with it. The white kids are not even getting touched. You know what I'm saying? We have to be real. White people know their privilege from an early start. Okay? Before they start learning crayon colors, they already know white people are on top and all the colors are at the bottom. You could give some privileges and some tangibles to some colors, but don't darken it enough. You know what I mean? Don't bring this home and don't bring this home. You know what I mean? We have to keep it real. We have to keep it real. White people know what the fuck they're doing. Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson know exactly why they did what they did. And this shouldn't be something, you know, oh shit, they got found out. My God, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It shouldn't be a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise. Because I don't understand how these people still have a career. You know why? Because the people that they're apologizing to is not their core base. The people that they're apologizing to, they don't buy none of his shit. They don't support him. The people that they're apologizing to is not, they're non-fans. And for their real fans to kind of simmer down and say, well, see, he's not racist, so I can still support him because he apologized. He's not racist because I share his same views, but I can still support him. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. That's why they're doing it for. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. And right now, Jeffree Star is getting dragged too because a lot of things is happening. A lot of things is coming out now. So a couple of hours, you'll probably see, you know, another apology video from the Nightmare Before Christmas type dude. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But then I start seeing other YouTubers come out and apologize, like that Asian channel, was it Just Kidding Films? First of all, this shit was kind of funny. They kind of died out. I just started following the Just Kidding news because the topics were somewhat relevant, and even that started to become boring for me because I don't know, it just became boring and I just unsubscribed. But they put out a video talking about how sorry they are about, you know, things that they did in the past. I never knew none of that shit. I didn't know one of the Asian dudes, was it Bart? I think his name is. The bodybuilder dude or whatever. He wore blackface. Wow, that's crazy. That is some shit, isn't it? Huh? That they use the N-word. Wow. That's crazy. That's some shit. And the funny thing is, when it comes to that, that's when you start actually seeing people's true colors come into play. Because I never knew none of this shit about these two guys until they made the video. You know what I'm saying? And I actually commented on their video. I said, who knew a bunch of OG YouTubers had racist past? Was this a genuine apology, or did they just do this to get in front of it? Because let's be honest, a bunch of YouTubers are coming out right now apologizing left and right for their past. nobody had nothing in mind with Just Kidding Films or News or whatever the case is. Nobody had them in mind. So why the fuck they apologizing? Unless, check this out, unless they're getting in front of it before the shit hits the fan, and they go like, whoa, wait, we apologized. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. If a person apologizes multiple times for the same shit that they're doing, are they really sorry? You know what I'm saying? Are they really sorry? Come on. You know what I mean? So, to me, fuck out of here. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Anyway, going to my next topic right now is Milo Yiannopoulos. Oh, shit. Milo Yiannopoulos? Why is he important? This is so interesting. So, apparently, the Charlottesville, protest that happened or whatever the case is, the Charlottesville protests or whatever, the people who started it, who was a part of it, got sued, and a lot of interesting things starting to come about. And this thing has been actually updated. It came out November 6th of 2019, but this has been updated. We come to find out because the court, Milo Yiannopoulos released the secret tape with Richard the Nazi Spencer. They're both white supremacists, right? Released a secret audio tape with Richard Spencer, and the court decided to file a discovery motion in order to get all the files that Milo got against Richard and all this other bullshit. I put the link down below, but this is very, 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 very important. Very important. Because the court documents, they show Milo Yiannopoulos being or might being a FBI informant. Oh shit. Wow, I wonder how the fuck that happened. For those who don't know who Milo Yiannopoulos is this gay writer from Breitbart, and he basically talks all this black shit. He's a white supremacist himself. He carries himself as an intellectual, which he's not. And everything that he's done and touched basically went to shit. And that's how he sees himself, right? Now this information came out, and there's court documents on this shit that shows that Milo could be a FBI informant. Wow. Ain't that some shit? Does that mean that the alt-right, a white supremacist group, could be taken down by Milo? I don't know. I do not know. But it's very, very interesting because Milo has been silenced, all this other stuff because of his racist rhetoric, and it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. So I put the link on the details and down below for the Milo thing. Go check that article out. Also on Twitter, they have the court documents you guys can see the PDF on. Go check that out too, because it's very interesting on how this came to be, that the FBI actually have recordings of Milo cooperating with any investigation that they have. You know what I'm saying? So that shit is like very, very heavy. You know what I'm saying? Very heavy stuff. So moving on to my next topic, Shaun King. Whoa, Shaun King. Now, why is Shaun King in the topic, on the rundown of the topic? because he said something that pretty much shocked no one but shocked white people the most. He said white Jesus isn't real, doesn't exist, and if we want to dismantle white supremacy, the first thing we have to dismantle is the white images, which is white Jesus. And I agree with him 100%. Shaun King started trending because people went insane, went bananas, went crazy on this small fact. That he said the way to dismantle white supremacy is to take the white idols out, which is 100% true. 100% true. A quick history lesson for everybody, for the people in the back. When our people got colonized, for my Latin people, just letting you know, Spanish is not our original language. Oh my god, shocker. Oh my god, is this news to you guys? Crazy. So Spanish is not our original language. Spanish comes from Spain. Spain is located in Europe. And Europe is a place where all the other colonizers hang out, have little meetings, and talk about what other brown or black country they want to take over. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, our original language isn't Spanish. I know it's a lot. It's very, very hard for some of us to understand that, but it's true. And our original religion isn't Christianity. Oh my god, baby Jesus. Holy shit. Radical, shut up. Why would you say that? It's true. Our original religion isn't Christianity. But if we want to go based on what Christianity says, talks about, and does, let's go to that. In the Bible, it even states that Jesus is black. My mom, for a long time, she pointed this out until I did my own research and found out that it was 100% true. She even showed me in the Bible that it says that God has white, woolly hair. Again, white, woolly hair. Wool. That means curled up. White people don't have woolly hair. They make their hair all type of, fucked up with chemicals. But back in those days, there was no chemicals like that. Come on now. White woolly hair and feet of bronze. Oh, shit. Feet of bronze. Now, my people, what color is bronze? Last time I checked, bronze is the color brown close to black. So that would mean that the guy that's plastered all over black church, Latin churches, all over, with blue eyes, pale skin, and straight long hair, is a wrong depiction of Jesus. It's a wrong depiction of the Almighty Jesus. Now, why would they do such a thing, my people? And I'm gonna tell you why. When you want to control a group of people, you have to do it mentally first. Pimps do this to their prostitutes, to their, bottom bitches, or whatever they call it. Pimps do this. CEOs do this to their prisoners. When you want to control a people, you have to do it mentally. Now, they would say, this is what they say, this is what the white supremacists say. Your people came from nothing, right? Your land was nothing when we discovered it. mind you, it's kind of funny how our land was nothing, but yet they fought super hard to keep it. Why would I fight super hard to keep nothing? All right, whatever. Your land was nothing when we discovered it. This is what the white supremacists say. You, your people, and your culture is nothing until I introduced you to civilization. And their form of civilization is white culture. Is their white civilization. You know what I mean? They beat our original language out of us and forced us, for black people, they forced them, English. For Latin people, they forced us with Spanish. They beat our original religion away from us. So in some cases, they raped our religion away from us. And for black and Latin people, it's the same thing. Christianity, right? Same thing. They even had certain versions of Bibles made in order to have certain passages in the Bible that justifies that God is okay with slavery. And mind you, the Bible can be depicted 27 different ways because it's basically bullshit. And it can be easily debunked 20 different ways because it's basically bullshit. And this is what they tell us, right? This is what they always told us, right? That, slavery was good and all this other stuff. This is what they, tell you. You can even go back to like old slave narratives. They even said that in old slave narrative, they even said that the slave master will show you verses of the Bible to say like this is what God's will is and this is what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So that's a thing, And in order to further control a people, the deity, the Almighty High, the person that you pray and look up to, needs to be the same complexion, phenotype, and structure of the same person that you see looking over you each and every day, which is white. Which is white. So, it's not a stretch of the imagination to figure out why white Jesus has been here all over the place, right? It's not a stretch of the imagination. Because when we talk, we're talking about going against white supremacy. And look how some of our own people go against us. The majority of them are church folks. Because we're talking about going against something that looks like God to them. This is deep, my people. This is deep. Nobody wants to go against what they consider something that they've been told all their life that is good. That's the thing that chose you to live and all this other stuff. Nobody wants to go against that. It's madness to think going against something that I was raised in is something right. That's madness. So of course they're gonna be, the main ones going against these type of things and these type of teachings. Of course. You know what I'm saying? Of course. So people were dragging Shaun King for this thing. Shaun King was punching back. He was punching back. He even started showing photos of what scientists even said what Jesus would look like. And he would look like a melanated man, a black man. A black man. Because there's no way in hell, no way that a pale, blue-eyed, straight-haired man would be living in a place constantly made constantly bombarded with the sun in a place that is inhabitable without having melanin. Jesus would have to been curing melanoma before we know what melanoma was. He was going to have to be curing that on himself constantly. You know what I'm saying? Constantly. Have you guys seen some of the pictures of some white people? Literally disgusting. Having these huge welts and these huge like pussy, you know, gorgy welts on. Have you guys seen pictures like that of them burning in the sun because they were out there too long? Even the lightest Latin person, they tan. You know what I'm saying? White people, they burn. They burn. That's why they get all type of diseases like melanoma and all this other bullshit. It's crazy. It's crazy. And even the story of Jesus is all made up anyway, because the story of Jesus, actually, you could go back and retrace it back to Egypt and how they, you know, did their thing. You know what I'm saying? But either way, that's for another story. But yeah, Shaun King got dragged for that. Shaun King got dragged for that. And the thing is, I think I don't remember. Yeah, I do remember. I actually wrote a tweet on that whole, you know, the whole Shaun King thing. And, you know, some people were going against me, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Some people were going against me. Other people, you know, were agreeing with me. I think this person went, that's basically it. But I said, I don't know why people are dragging Shaun King for. He's right. In order to get yourself out of that mental enslavement, you have to tear down the white images forced on you. White Jesus is one of those false images. That's how you start to dismantle white supremacy. And that's exactly what we need to be dismantling, white supremacy mentally. A lot of us have that white supremacy mentality. A lot of us. You know how many black folks I heard when I was growing up, don't bring nobody darker home, or whatever the case is. They've been telling their little girls that and all that. I've heard that a lot. Also in the Latin community. Oh, don't bring a negra home, don't bring a negro home and all that. I heard that a lot. So each community is not more or less at fault. We're all victims of white supremacy. We're all victims of the same thing. We just got to dismantle it mentally first. And then we could move on to the healing. You know what I'm saying? Then we could move on to the healing. Now, going to my main topic. Is freedom of speech being silenced? Now, the reason why I'm doing an episode like this is because of Dominican TV language, right? This is not going at her. I am not going at Dominican TV language, so let's cut the shit, all right? I'm not going at her, all right? So that's whatever. She's a very sensitive woman. We don't need to be, you know what I'm saying, going at her. I already done said what I feel about her. Me and her already have mutual feelings about each other. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for none of that. Anyway, so Dominican TV language puts out a video talking about 3 people, but then she basically talks about Kim and Antonio towards the end, and it felt like she was sympathetic on they getting doxxed and them you know, getting off of YouTube and all this other stuff. It felt like she was sympathetic on that. So I challenged her beliefs you know, on the comment forum, and she basically said, don't put words in my mouth, basically, you know, same MO. Anyway, whole point is, her thing was that we have freedom of speech, and that freedom of speech is being silenced. And I disagree to that. I disagree, and that's the reason why I'm doing this episode right here. I disagree, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. For some reason, actually, before I even say this, there's multiple white supremacists, multiple on YouTube, multiple, who've talked about freedom of speech is being violated. My freedom of speech is doing. Actually, Mike Cernovich made a whole movie on this called Silenced, and he's a white supremacist, right? The thing is, when you, for some reason, when these people start discussing and start saying, oh my God, my freedom of speech is being violated, my freedom of speech is being violated, is because they are getting consequences based on their racism. Nobody's saying nothing about freedom of speech being violated. You can say whatever you want. Is for some reason, whenever they say something racist and there's a backlash and they lose jobs, they lose opportunity, they lose their business, oh, now they're being silenced. Oh, now is the whole thing. It's always when something racist is happening. Now, don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. It also happened to non-racist people, where people's stuff got taken down, people's things got terminated. You know what I'm saying? It happened to non-racist people too, and that is the only form of freedom of speech being silenced that I see. But they're not really that vocal about it, because later on they get this shit right back. You know what I'm saying? I actually interviewed, shout out to Brujo, bro. Shout out to Brujo. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but Brujo, homie, if you hear this, if you still follow me, if you listen to my shit, yo, hit me up, man. I definitely want to chop it up with you, man. But Brujo, he went by out a racist. He went by that, right? He went by that moniker, out a racist. And his whole Instagram, even Twitter, when he came back, was all about outing white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? Outing them, doxing them, and all this other shit. And he even got taken down. He got taken down. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is a perfect example of these of our freedom of speech being violated, because we need to know who these white supremacists are. We need to know where these white supremacists live, so we could be careful, because it's a very dangerous situation. Very dangerous situation, not knowing who's a white supremacist and who's not. How many times Antonio was driving a car, was driving a truck, he could have easily killed and clipped a bunch of black folks around his route. Oh, I didn't see nothing. He would have played victim. If we know he was a white supremacist, all of that would have gone, nah, my man, you did that on purpose. You know what I'm saying? We got to know these type of things. These are the type of things that we have to know. So, for some reason, the only people that are really here being vocal, very vocal about it, is the white supremacists whenever they get doxxed and all this other shit for being racist. Antonio being doxxed, yes, he's a racist. Kim being doxxed, yes, he's a racist. Those are the type of people that we need to watch out for, because they're a bunch of white supremacists. We don't know. We're just looking out for our best interest. Because I'm a victim of white supremacy, and I need to know who's gonna violate me. You know what I'm saying? So this is the type of thing that we have to look out for. And people who are sympathetic to those type of people, we need to really watch out, because those could be Trojan horses. They can act innocent and act docile, but in reality, they have an ulterior motive. They have devilish intentions. So those are the type of people we gotta watch out for. But nobody's freedom of speech is being violated whatsoever. The thing is, you have freedom of speech to say whatever, but you don't have the freedom of consequence to get your ass knocked out. You feel what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. All those videos that we're seeing right now of Karens going crazy on black folks, Kens calling black people the N-word and all that, you got the freedom to do that. Nobody's saying nothing. Nobody's saying no on that. You have the freedom to do that. But when your ass get dragged, don't start crying foul. We have the freedom to beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. It goes both ways. You can't have the freedom of speech and not have the freedom to get your ass kicked. You feel me? All of that is bullshit. All of that is bullshit. There's no such thing as your freedom being violated and being silenced. There's no such thing. For some reason, only racists are the only ones claiming that there is, because they want to practice their racism. That's what it is. They want to practice their racism. They want to go back to the good old days where they could call you a spick, N-word with the ER. They could call you all types of names. They even have the freedom to deny you goods and services. That's the type of days that they want to go back to. Let's not get confused. That's exactly what it is. Let's not get confused. And anybody that believes and gives you their little bullshit talking points, oh, well, you know, our freedom of speech is being violated and all this other stuff, look at them very wisely. Look at them even sideways. They're no bueno. You know what I'm saying? They're no bueno. You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Remember, if you want to support your boy, hit me up on Cash App, $ Radical Latino, or go to my website, radicallatino.com, and go to the donate tab. You can donate right there. Also, go check out the merch, man. Go check out the merch. I got some good merch, some poppin' merch. I'm telling you, this is all gonna drag out through the summer. When the summer is over, it's over. You guys are not gonna get no more merch. I'm saying, go to my website, radicallatino.com. You'll see the merch button, and click on anyone. It's gonna take you to that product right there. And if you want to see more stuff on that merch store, just go. You know, it's on Teesprings. You know what I'm saying? Just go to the listing, Radical Latino merch on top, and you'll see all the listings that I got. You know what I'm saying? All of it. Also, is the link down below. If you listen to this to the pockets on the details, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have any monetary anything to support your boy, it's totally fine. Just support me by watching this on YouTube. I'm monetized. Shout out to me. Or go to the podcast app and rate me 5 stars. Tell me what you like and all that. You know what I'm saying? Guys, this is episode 97. Very close to that 100, which means that I am going to do a live podcast when it comes to 100. So stay tuned to my YouTube. I definitely want to see everybody in there, and I want all of my listeners to participate and be part of the collective movement. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to be there, all right? With that being said, I'm going to catch you guys later. And remember, I'd rather die at my feet than live at my knees. Peace.